Welcome back to my little film and TV channel. We're going to have a talk about a film called The Grey Man today, an action thriller directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, a screenplay by the latter, who co-wrote it with Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, based on the 2009 novel. So a lot of years this guy's waited to get his money in the bank, of the same name, by Mark Greaney. Apparently Mark Green's up to his 12th, as I'm recording this, about his 12th novel now in the series. So we'll see how this on-screen potential franchise goes based on this first one, which wasn't inexpensive to make. Watched and reviewed on Netflix on the 25th of July 2022. And I didn't know how much it would cost till after I watched it. And I was a bit blown away because, there was a lot to like about it as far as set pieces, etc. But $200 million budget from Netflix. As a subscriber, I do sort of bulk just a little bit. But anyway, let's have a look at the details of it. What are the public thinking? Well, the Metacritic users, the watchers on Metacritic, not the critics themselves, giving it a 6.2 out of 10, so that's fine. Rotten Tomatoes, 91% positivity with the public. The Rotten Tomato audience, 4.4 out of 5, so that's not bad, is it? 8.8 out of 10, so perhaps the $200 million is worth it. Internet Movie Database, the other thing we look at, which is the public, perhaps not quite as high, 6.6 out of 10, which is, again, okay, nothing wrong with that. 39,876 scored it between 6 and 9, and 9,106 between 2 and 5, so an 81% positivity. So all well and good from the public. Am I the public? I probably am. I'm not perhaps as enamoured as some of these guys. The film stars Ryan Gosling as the main guy. Probably a lot of the reasons I didn't enjoy it that much. I'm not a big fan of Ryan Gosling, to be honest with you. Chris Evans stars Anna de Armas, Jessica Henwick, Reggie Page, Wagner Moura, Julia Butters, Danush Alfred Woodard, and Billy Bob Thornton. And it focuses on CIA agent Court Gentry, who is on the run from a sadistic mercenary Lloyd Hansen upon discovering corrupt secrets about his superior. But very much a Bourne identity thing going on here vibe with this one, which if you're getting a little bit bored with it all now, bored with Bourne and etc., all the sort of John Wicks and all the sort of things. Jack Reacher, I'll say Jack Reacher. I must admit, I love his books because they're just simple, so I shouldn't really put Jack Reacher into there. But you know what you're getting. You're getting an action thriller. You know exactly what it is. It is what it says on the box. And it began a limited theatrical release, which is probably good to watch it in the theatre, a big screen, big special effects sort of thing. Released on the 15th of July 2022, and of course released on Netflix on July 22. So obviously only about a week later. So its box office run at the cinema didn't get a lot of money back for Netflix, that's for sure. So we've heard what the public think. They're fairly positive. Interesting enough, not unusually, the critics are a bit more critical of it. Rotten Tomatoes, just 48% of their 198 critics who left a score and review are positive, so less than half. An average rating of 5.6 out of 10, so a little bit below that 6 out of 10 we like to see on these films. And of that, Rotten Tomatoes, 95 fresh and 103 rotten, so just edging the rotten. The consensus, The Grey Man has a star-studded outline of an entertaining action thriller, but it's filled in with lukewarm leftovers from far better films. I can't disagree too much with that from my point of view. Metacritic, the other critic site we look at, 49 out of 100, so again, very similar, just under half based on 55 critics. 14 were positive, 36 were mixed, and just 5 negative. So not a total disaster, but not great either. And it scored anywhere between 40 and 83 on Metacritic. So let's have a look at some of the individual critics themselves. Emily Zembler, she was fresh. She's from The Observer here in the UK. She said, while this may be yet another potentially disposable action movie, it's still worth seeing on the big screen at full volume if you can. The action is big, the stars give it their all, even if the dialogue leaves something to be desired. Yes, Emily, I'd say action 1, story 0. If that's your bag, you like an action film with not much story. Spot on. Clarice Luffrey from Rotten. What a great, I love the name Clarice. I wonder why. She was Rotten though. She's from the Independent here in the UK. And she said, it comes off as oddly limp and airless, one of Netflix's $200 million action films, a la Red Notice, that will be on their landing page today and instantly forgotten tomorrow. Yes, yeah, I must admit, when I saw $200 million, I thought it was a note out of place. A great straight to streaming action for me, but that's all. Not as a big budget movie release. I do object to having to pay Netflix a bigger subscription when they spend so much on something like this, which I struggle to remember personally as well. 24 hours after watching it. Anyway, let's carry on. The Globe and Mail's Toronto's Barry Hertz, he gave it 51 out of 100. He said, this is flat, flaccid action that makes the one green scenery of the MCU look like delirious highs of Mad Max Fury Road. A bit unfair. I thought some of the action stuff was far better than MCU in respect, but an overall good film? No, not really. Not for me, anyway. CNET's Richard Tenholm, he was a bit more positive on it. He said, Netflix delivers. Yes, it delivers. Yeah, it delivers as a streaming site with an action film. It's just the price. Delivers with The Grey Man, a rip-roaring and star-powered spy romp that puts up all the money on the screen as Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans go head-to-head. Yeah, I just want a more memorable film at the end of it all. And as I say, you can't. It's no good. It's no good saying, well, they paid the money. You know, it's up to them what they do with it. At the end of the day, it's us as subscribers who down the line have to pay the subscriptions. So I can't defend it on that basis. So just to sum up for me, I thought it was fine. Don't get me wrong, I thought it was fine. I do like my action films to have a little bit more story. I'm not a big fan of the last couple of John Wicks, for instance. A couple of the Bourne films got my nerves a little bit. I like a bit of a story. I like to have a little think. I like a few twists and turns. There's not much of that in this one. It's fairly simple story, very, very simple storytelling with lots and lots of action. And I'm not a big fan of Gosling either. So there you go. His on-screen presence, he just doesn't do it for me. But it is, though, hard to ignore. And I keep coming back to it, how much in these post-COVID days was spent on this. A lot of money. As a free Netflix streamer, this is very good. Don't get me wrong. If spending £200 million on this sort of stuff puts another couple of quid on my subscription every month, then not quite as good. But scores, as I say, I have got a bit of a downer on it, but I will give it my watchable score because it is thoroughly watchable. I try and know what they spent on it and what the knock-on effect might be for years to come. And obviously I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because there was nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's just 24 hours later, I probably forgot all about it as I've watched it. So I can't really give it more than a 6 out of 10. And for what it was, just to enjoy it at the moment, it was fine. It was okay. I just want a bit more story to my films, I won't mention the price again, but I still want a little bit more story. But action, I think that's why the public like it. If you like your action films, this is the sort of film you're going to watch anyway. And if you like action films, it sort of more or less delivers. So it's only a little old me who's a little bit disappointed with the story side of it. But, let me know what you think, guys, anyway. Thanks for watching. Please, until we meet again, and that's one thing, don't we? Please stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.